Hello, folks. This is Detroit Miracle. Yep, and I'm here to talk about that subject matter where a black female feminist doctor therapist, I don't know if she was a doctor, but she was a therapist, and she was just fired from her company because she openly expressed her views towards black men on TikTok. Yeah, she wasn't overly critical about us black men lacking things in regards to being able to provide for a woman or our women, but she was overly critical on the fact that black men have a hard time expressing their true emotions to women, or rather positive sentimental emotions to women. And as a result, this woman came under heavy criticism and skepticism, criticism, and people were mad at her. They were calling her job, trying to get her fired. And she said it was primarily black men who was trying to get her fired from her job. First of all, I would say that I feel as though people have a right to express their viewpoints, even if in some cases they're hurting someone. A lot of things need to be said and people need to be corrected in matters. But this such woman went about it the wrong way completely, and she acted out of character for her being a therapist who claims to want to help people. And she said black men are 90% of her clients. Nevertheless, those same black men have a hard time expressing their true emotions in a vocal way to women. Then that would mean that this therapist lady was not doing her job adequately, especially since 90% of her clientele are men. So that's like saying that she has no success stories or she isn't able to cure those such guys of their problems. Yeah, if you claim that that high of a percentage of your clientele base is black men, but you cannot find a cure for them, so they are still unable to express vocally positive sentimental emotions to their women or even sad emotions to their women. I'm gonna say this too. We know full well that us black men and men in general express emotions in a variety of ways to the women we are with, and us guys feel we must act a certain way and conduct ourselves a certain way in order to be respected, appreciated, and acknowledged by our women. With that being said, some women aren't the type that you would cry your eyes out to. Baby, please, I'm so hurt. Life's been terrible to me. Yeah, some of us guys find it hard to do that because you would turn a lot of women off by doing that. And she would say, oh, this is a mouse. This man is acting like a wimp. I don't want to be with him. I'm going to go get a thuggish Tupac like character to date or marry. Yeah, and with that being said and known full well, guys aren't able to express themselves fully to their women. That's why such guys put up blocks and they keep things from getting out as far as like certain types of sentimental emotions as well as sadness, sorrow, and things like that. But we know at funerals you are allowed to express your sorrow and mourn that way. And with that all being said, this doctor really went on or went at us black men saying that we're fractured, we're unstable and she's trying to fix us and get us right. And many black men need to go to therapists to get it right inside of them so that they could communicate properly with their women, emotionally wise, instead of just, she sounded like us guys were just robots that were ill equipped to express our emotions in a deep way or manner. We know that there are guys that express the negative emotion in a wrong way, but nevertheless, those women still stay with those guys. So those men might feel like they're doing something right. Like if they're getting aggressive, argumental, controlling in that sort of way, and their women still stays with them, then they feel as though they must conduct themselves that way furthermore. I'm not making excuses for any of those guys and their actions, because I believe that you can attract more flies with honey than with excrement or waste. Yeah. So I believe that you should treat somebody kind and caring and considerate, like, in a considerate, respectful way to get that back. I feel as though a woman should respect a guy that behaves in that manner. Like one of those old TV fathers from those shows we grew up watching, or in fact, all of the TV shows, including the Cosby Show, where we saw a dad who was a responsible, able-bodied, caring, contributing father, husband, and so forth like that. Only a woman in her right mind wouldn't want a guy like that, and wouldn't want a guy to behave like that. Like only a crazy woman would want the exact opposite. But in society, this day and age, we find that there are women who are like that. Yeah, and that's why guys behave the way they behave. But I'm not making excuses for their behavior. I'm saying, in part, that doctor, what was her name, Shabri Rawls, I feel as though she had it wrong. She had it completely wrong, even if she was right on some key talking points. And then, with that being said, she went about it in the wrong ways. She did it like in a thought-like type of way. She was wearing some kind of real skimpy, revealing outfit, something that a stripper or an exotic dancer would wear. I'm not talking about strippers and exotic dancers either, because I think those such women perform a huge service for the public in their own ways. I'm just saying, a therapist wouldn't get online and make it known that she's a therapist and behave in that type of manner by wearing something real skimpy and then acting like cussing, getting out of line in ways, maybe being offensive towards people in ways, and especially towards us black men. It's a way to do something, and it's a way you shouldn't do something. Well, anyway, this therapist lady was fired because all those people called into her company and got her fired because they took offense to that video she made, which I think is completely stupid and dumb. This woman was 27 years old. Obviously, she had not matured enough as a therapist to have the experience to be able to diagnose black men with that type of problem completely, unless she had totally bad experiences in relationships multiple times. And even if that's the case, she didn't know everything. Yeah. Anyway, by those black men and women getting that woman fired who was a therapist, they probably did her a big favor and service, because they're going to probably want to give that lady a talk show now. And even without her getting her own talk show, she can go on YouTube, social media, get her own page, and get millions and millions of followers, because she's a black feminist. or she at least took that approach during her descriptive in that video. So they just made her more popular. They gave her a huge following because in a way that's like bullying and picking on somebody. If somebody says something you don't like and they're not talking to you specifically and they're not being gross, disrespectful, and calling you all types of foul names, then why would you need to get her fired from her job? Why would you need to hurt her livelihood in which enables her to support herself? That doesn't make any sense. And those are men that help do that. Those are black, able-bodied men. So that says that they can't take hearing words. So to them, sticks and stones may break their bones and hurt, but her words also hurt as well. They could have just simply watched that video and wrote an opposing comment to it and moved on. It was not that serious just to call in and get her fired from her job. But those same dudes, as well as women, are quick to say, oh, it's our rights to speak and express our viewpoints. They will be the main people to say that. Oh, we have rights to say what we want to say, do what we want to do, go where we want to go. But y'all feel as though that woman had no rights to express her viewpoints. Yeah, she does have the right to do that. Yeah, on her channels, on her social media accounts. That's why those things are provided. That's why those things are available for people to send their own messages out in their own ways. And hopefully many people try to be respectful towards others' feelings, but that doesn't always happen. There are many other video makers and social media personalities who have offended other people in the past, but they didn't lose their jobs for it. They didn't lose their channels. There are people making sexist comments all the time, racial comments, inflammatory comments, but nobody got them fired. Yeah, it's crazy, and it doesn't make any sense. I'm Detroit Miracle, and I'm saying that, yeah, even if they didn't agree with everything that young black therapist said, that was no reason to try to get her fired. Like, oh, we're just so wounded that she said that to us, we can't take it, so we're going to get her fired. We're going to destroy her means to support herself and pay her rent and bills, so that should really fix her then. When you do stuff like that, you only throw fire on the flames, throw more fire or throw more gasolines on the flames. You only make people even more popular, and they made her into a symbol for femininity because they got her fired for her expressing her viewpoints out there. That's crazy. In all fairness, you should watch some of the things you say too if they are not so kind to others. And if you claim to be a therapist such as her, then you have a responsibility to conduct yourself accordingly and be respectful and professional while sending out those type of messages. And you should dress appropriately too, instead of putting on a thought outfit and then after it was all said and done, that woman showed her butt and smacked her. She smacked her own butt and then laughed. Like she said, she took the thought approach to conveying that final meaning out. Like she turned around, showed her butt, and like smacked it with her hand. Like, if you don't like what I'm saying, you could kiss my ass. Hey, that was a very attractive woman too. Like, she was very pretty. And it seems like she had a problem finding a dude. Maybe she had some relationship problems. It was something in her personal life that made her unstable, and she seemed to lose control over her emotions, logic centers, and rationality for those instances during that video she made. That might be part of the problem. Who knows? Yeah, not many are qualified to judge any of you. Only one, the Most High, can. That is God. Well, folks, I'd appreciate it if you would give me those likes, comments, and please subscribe to my channel if you had not already done so. Thank you.